Who was John Brown? John Brown was convicted of treason against the United States government and executed on December 2nd, 1859. Remembering his father in 1913, Salmon Brown said, "Perhaps the most striking characteristics of my father, as his children knew him, was his faith in God, his faith in his family, and his sense of equity. For whatever else may be said of John Brown, he was true to his God as he knew his duty. He was strongly devoted to the interests of his family, and he never wronged a man where the interests, as he saw the situation, did not demand it of him. He was stern when need to be, but sympathetic and just always." Who was John Brown?
To the outward eye of men, John Brown was a criminal, but to their inward eye he was a just man and true. His death might be disowned, but the spirit which made those deeds possible is worthy of highest honor. It has often been asked, why did not Virginia spare the life of this man?
Frederick Douglass, 1888. Who was John Brown? His detractors accused him of being insane, a fanatic, at best an extreme megalomaniac, at worst a common criminal. Governor Wise, the man who refused to commute Brown's sentence, addressed these claims when he said, "They are mistaken who take him for a madman. He is a bundle of the best nerves I ever saw, cut and thrust, and bleeding, and in bonds. He is a man of clear head, of courage, fortitude, and simple ingenuousness." So who was John Brown? On October 16, 1859, John Brown led a small band of men, including his own sons, on an attempted raid on the Federal Armory at Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Brown planned to seize the weapons at the armory, arm the local enslaved population, and lead a revolution against the institution of slavery. Less than 36 hours after the raid had begun, John Brown was taken prisoner by Marines led by Robert E. Lee. Who was John Brown? He avows that his object was the liberation of the slaves of Virginia and of the whole South, and acknowledges that he has been disappointed in his expectations of aid from the black as well as white populations, both in the southern and northern states. The blacks, whom he forced from their homes in this neighborhood, as far as I could learn, gave him no voluntary assistance. The result proves that the plan was the attempt of a fanatic or madman, which could only end in failure. Robert E. Lee's report from Harper's Ferry. Who was John Brown?
I wish to say furthermore that you had better, all you people of the South, prepare yourselves for a settlement of that question that must come up for settlement sooner than you are prepared for it. The sooner you are prepared, the better. You may dispose of me very easily. I am nearly disposed of now. But this question is still to be settled. This Negro question, I mean. The end of that is not yet. John Brown,
1859.
John Brown's body lies a mouldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a mouldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies